All right, Todd's back. What are you doing this weekend?
I'll be here for a lot of it.
Yeah.
You will be too, actually.
I'll be here too.
But we're going to miss each other. We're going to be ships in the night.
We'll be hurricanes in the sea.
Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah. When Lee leaves, I'm coming in.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah,
I'll be here for Hurricane Lee, and
then
the real Hurricane Lee comes in on Sunday
morning.
Yeah, what's the Sunday forecast look like?
It's going to be another hurricane. Just not like the one tomorrow. Here is the latest on Hurricane Lee. Wind and rain most of the day tomorrow, similar to a wet nor'easter. Power outages because of the wind are likely. Inland freshwater flooding is too. And I think the worst for both will be in down east Maine. There will be big, huge waves hitting our beaches, so there'll be a lot of beach erosion. I'm not that concerned, though, for coastal flooding. The high tide, which is going to be around noon, is low during this time of the month, so it's a low flood threat. There may be a little washover on some of those adjacent shore roads, but in the wintertime, when those tides coincide with nor'easters, and there's like seaweed all over the place and sand and rocks and pebbles and stones, I don't think it's going to look like that at all. I don't think that's a problem. But the beaches, they could get rearranged a little bit. Hey, early this morning, boy, it feels pretty nice. I bet you slept well last night, or better than much of this week. Temps got down to about 50, and there were some 40s early this morning too. The sunrise is really pretty. There are some thin clouds from the hurricane already spreading over the state right now. They're really thin. They're made of ice crystals, so keep looking up every once in a while. Today you may see a halo. That's a ring around the sun. It looks like a little rainbow. They're cool to see. Not rare, but you don't see them too often. Fading and filtered sunshine by the middle of the day. Humidity nice and low, so a pleasant feel. We'll hit 70 for a high. This afternoon, though, those thin clouds will thicken up. They'll stay way up there, so they won't have rain. It's too dry for that. But we won't have much sunshine over the second half of the day or evening. And it's also going to get a little breezier late this afternoon and evening too, so it'll feel cooler. Rain bands, the first ones, look like they'll be arriving sometime around midnight with some sprinkles along the down east coastline. So Hurricane Lee is still that, but it's a Category 1 and it doesn't look healthy at all. This eye is not well defined. It's huge. Clouds streaming well out ahead of it. Winds are at 85 miles per hour. Again, Category 1. It continues to move north, almost due north at about 10 miles per hour. And I'll tell you, these colder waters are going to zap this thing, suck all the energy right out of it. It's a Cat 1 tomorrow morning, and then it won't be by the afternoon, probably making landfall still the tip of Nova Scotia or the Bay of Fundy. So we're on the better side of things. Nova Scotia's on the worst side of things. With that said, we will still end up with some problems. We do have tropical storm warnings up along the entire coastline and stretching inland through Bangor and Augusta, Waterville, and Lewiston, Auburn, Sebago Lake too. Tropical storm winds are between 39 miles per hour, which most of us will see, and 73 miles per hour, which little or none of us will see. That would be an outlier for sure, and would probably be some little bluff on the down east coastline that saw something like that. So let's pick up the rain part of this. These bands getting into the area overnight tonight. Very, very light stuff at first. The air mass very dry over the western half especially. And I think that it's not going to be like a steady all-out rain for all of the state. It will be for the eastern half, Bangor to the Canadian border. But for a lot of southern and western Maine, it'll probably be more showery, especially after noontime. That's when a lot of this will start breaking up and the drier air gets in. But some of these rain bands will be impressive midday into the early afternoon. This is 5 o'clock, still pouring through all of eastern Maine, tapering off to the south and west, and then it all shifts out of here Saturday night. So with the heaviest rain in eastern Maine, that's where I'm most concerned for inland freshwater flooding. 2 to 4 inches all the way to the Canadian border, especially in Washington County, maybe even sections of Aroostook County right on the border. So with that said, roads may wash out in a few spots, some of those culverts getting compromised, and there could be some road detours in Washington County and up in the county. I think when we Monday morning quarterback this thing, though, we're going to judge the intensity of this storm by the wind and the number of power outages. And it's really tough to quantify the number of power outages. We don't typically get storms when we have leaves on the trees completely and the ground super saturated and wet. So figuring out that threshold where power outages start and where we really hit the fan, so to speak, is tough because we just don't have much to compare it to. So we could end up with a lot here. And that's why I'm saying prepare as if you get some or are going to get one. You know, gas up the generators, have flashlights. The good news here is that we don't need heat right now, and we really don't need air conditioning either. You just need to keep your food, you know, cold in the refrigerator. And, you know, I don't think we'll have days and days and days where we're out of power. Hopefully we can keep the number at a minimum. And these strong winds will be out of here Saturday night. Sunday's going to be a much, much better day. Actually, really, really sweet with sunshine, warm temperatures too. Hurricane watch for our outer coastal waters. Seas today building 5 to 8 and north winds 10 to 20. So the 7-day, partly sunny this morning and then increasing clouds, 70. Tomorrow's Lee's impact, rain for the morning and then tapering off a little bit during the afternoon. We'll have wind from sun up though to sundown. And it'll look impressive, I think. I think when you go to bed this evening, it'll be breezy. When you wake up tomorrow morning, branches will be swaying and leaves will be rustling all around. And it's going to look fairly dramatic at times. And then we get the sunshine back on Sunday, a shower on Monday afternoon, and then the rest of that week is really nice. And we're going to get ourselves a taste of fall. Apple picking season. Go get your pumpkins. Nice. Get your mums. What else do you do in the fall? I don't know.
Hopefully. Maple.
Of course. Maple's
well, you do maple year round.
I'm sorry, what season is maple?
You do it year round.